the question should be asked to the so-called analyst, what are you basing that on? Because otherwise, they're just talking. Because all of scientific evidence point to the fact that the EFF is passing the DA. The research that is conducted independent from the EFF suggests worse. In the Western Cape, they say the EFF is going to pass the ANC. So that will translate into success. When we did the campaign, 1 million members, and then we lose by-election in some place, the story is, where are those 1 million people? This 1 million thing was a flop. What? So they never find a way of complementing a good thing. It's going to grow, the EFF, and even its electoral support will grow. If you look at the results everywhere, be it Mangaung, the latest, is that even when the EFF loses elections, it's right at the neck of the ANC. It's breathing on the neck of the ANC. There's no significant decline that suggests the EFF is going to lose elections. By-elections are the most unattractive, boring elections, which people don't turn up. But even on that one, the EFF still shows up and demonstrate its capacity of a growing strength. And there is no by-election, by the way. In South Africa, where the EFF doesn't contest, whether it gets 0 or doesn't get 0, we're going to contest it. Because for us, it's an organizational training ground. We're preparing our structures, we're training our structures, we're making sure that they are familiar with how elections are conducted. So to say, the people who were at Orlando Stadium, so how many years ago? 2-3 years ago, have now moved to be at the FNB Stadium, not only on the grandstand. Remember, at Orlando, we couldn't even occupy the pitch. We moved to FNB, we occupy the grandstand and the pitch, and we say it doesn't mean they are growing. What else? What more must I say now? What more must I say? The SG security is tight. He's got his own protectors, and when a threat is raised, that security get reinforced. The same happens to all the officials of the EFF. We try and make it easy and not security too tight in the EFF events, because it must be people's event. Leadership must be accessible, interactive, but it doesn't mean we have not taken the security measures to secure not only the leadership and the people who are in attendance. AWB, they are excited, Makai, don't worry about them. The EFF members are capable of defending their own organization and their own office. They will defend it with everything. For sure, you all know them, how fearless those people are. We're the ones who are always saying to them, hey, wait, man, wait. But otherwise, they are forever ready. Now you went to see them outside, no one called them. You guys reported that there is a situation at the EFF office. Immediately, what? And then they came here. They were not invited by none of us called anyone to bring anyone here. Our security is always tight in the office. In most cases, they are in the basement, and that's why you don't get to see them. But when there are such threats, then they have to come out. Why? We try equally to make sure that the office is not intimidating as such and is user-friendly and accessible. But when such people now come with such threats, they are left with no option but to come outside. And then they didn't do a good job. I didn't like what they did. I wanted more than that. You know me, I want to deal with real stuff. I don't want ampur. I want proper arrangements. But next time. The banks are weaponized. We're all victims. Now my banks have been closed by FNB, by ABSA, and my son's bank is being declined from being opened. He's 17 years old. He hasn't done anything to anyone, but he can't get a bank. We're being bullied by banks in South Africa, but it's a matter of time. We need to mobilize South Africans against these banks and fiscal action. We need to. The day will come where action will be announced against these banks that have closed. FNB tells those people who stole Cyril's money in Namibia to close accounts of those people in Namibia, but they don't close Cyril's accounts yet. If there is any person who shouldn't be having a bank account, it's Cyril Ramaphosa. For engaging in illicit monies, for engaging in foreign currency that is not declared. Now they are fighting with independence because they have a problem with Iqbal. Iqbal is not part of Stellenbosch mafia. By extension, now they are going to victimize ordinary workers by closing the independent and Star newspapers' bank accounts. So that's why the need for a commercial state bank is more urgent than ever before. It's extremely urgent. We are being harassed here by the banks. And we are being harassed by Afrikaner males who are owning these banks. But I'm happy that South Africans are slowly, gradually beginning to realize that these banks are bullies, especially ABSA and FNB. They are bullies, and we need to go for them. And that day will come, and when we go for them, they will think they are daydreaming. Because they will never defeat the masses, these banks. When those people who are being investigated by SARS through instructions of Kees Vetter and Ramaphosa and then Panyaza, the immediate thing they are going to do is to close their accounts. They are going to close the accounts of those people. That's what they do. What have I done? Where is the recourse? What happened to listening to the other side? No court has ever found us guilty about any wrongdoing. No, you are a pep, you are not good for our image, close the account.